Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Texas Rangers and the Chicago Cubs. John Shelby and Chris Singleton with you. And singing the big bat in the lineup so far this year, Harrison Bader leads the team at OPS. So he's the guy that looks to slug and basically make things happen for them offensively.
Just a machine in terms of production at the plate. He'll take his walks. He'll barrel up the baseball. He'll hit the ball in the gaps. He'll hit the ball over the fence. So talk about a guy going good. That's him right now. And he's a bat that you want to stay away from if you're the pitcher.
So almost ready to get underway. And today on the hill, Brandon Woodruff. What's the word on him?
Been a very solid pitcher throughout his career. ERA around 3.5. What I like is he competes, he stays in the game, and he gives his team an opportunity to win.
And now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Leody Taveras.
The center fielder, Leody Taveras.
Fouls one off. 2-2. And here it comes. And now the count filled up 3-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next pitch is popped up. Muncy makes the grab, 1 away. And now we take a look at the Rangers lineup. Batting third, a guy they're looking for a little more out of right now, Juan Soto.
Yeah, and for some reason, he's really struggled this year with runners in scoring position, Boog. I mean, he's hitting under 200 in those at-bats, and your team needs you to come through if they're going to be able to raise that average in terms of runs per game. And when that's the case, it really gets in your head a little bit, and you start wanting to avoid pressure situations. If you're doing that, your career is going to go downhill. He's got to find a way to treat it like any other at-bat, but that's obviously easier said than done.
And that's going to roll to the wall. And into second with 1 away. That's a double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Juan Soto now. 2 hits for him in yesterday's game. And a count 1-2. Do you love the Soto shuffle?
Yes, I do. I think it's a little flair, little flash at first, maybe seen as arrogant, but I think the talent backed it up and everybody was okay with it. Oh, it can be so tough as a hitter to pull yourself out of an extended slump, one that lasts for several games, even a week or more. You know, right now he's really in one, so I'm sure his mind is all over the place, racing, having a hard time sleeping, trying to figure out what can get him back on track, back to feeling more comfortable and settled in the box.
Swing and a miss. 1-2. Kicks and fires. And a foul ball. He stays alive. The 1-2. Got him looking. Fastball at the letters, throws him for strike 3. Rangers leave 1. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game. Major League Baseball is on the show. Back here at the ballpark. And on the hill in this one, John Gray.
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4, but this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball. He's going to go out there and give it his best.
Bottom of the first, and here is Dansby Swanson. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Slice to right, and he'll play it on a bounce.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Ian Happ up to hit. He was 1 for 4 back on Wednesday. Here comes a pitch. Out there to center. Tavares makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Batting third, the second baseman.
Time now for the Chicago Cubs lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These guys have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark. They know
the kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Now a blast to left center. Way back there. On its way. Out of here. His 4th home run of the season. And they grab the lead. It's 2-0.
a good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
One down. Now it's Jansen to hit. 2-1 pitch is in there, and the count is even. Still only one out here in the inning. That one misses, and that's ball 3.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout, just didn't locate it very well.
That's towards center. Tavares going after it. Puts it away for the out.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
Anthony Santander at the plate. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
Got him looking. Strike 3 called and a slider at the knees. Cubs add 2 on this homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. All set for the start of the inning. Now here's the Rangers DH, Alex Verdugo.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
The pitch. Just missed. That one ripped. This one's got a chance. And that one's gone into the bleachers. A towering shot to right, and they inch closer. It's 2-1.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
And now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia, leading the AL in batting average. And he takes a strike. And it's even up.
Larry Bullard making the calls behind the plate for us in this one. Pretty good strike zone. Well reviewed by those we talked to around the league.
Yeah, he's an umpire. He doesn't get a lot of looks from players, maybe here and there once in a while, but he's appreciated back there. Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. And brings it in at the wall. What about an umpire's height? How much of a role does that play in your experience and what the strike zone is like?
Yeah, I think it pushes the strike zone up a little bit, which, you know, as a former hitter, you like that. You wanted the ball up. You didn't want to have to deal with stuff down in the zone consistently.
Next offering upstairs. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all four guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Now the catcher up to hit, Jonah Heim. Two balls, two strikes to count with two outs. Bounced up the middle. Tosses to first, and that is that. But not before they answer back with a solo home run. And this is now a 2-1 ball game. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here at the friendly confines. Now it's Hunter Renfroe.
The right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
Crushed in the air. Left center field. Way back there. No doubt about it. Hunter Renfroe hits one out. Third home run of the season. It's 3-1.
Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
Max Muncy at the dish. Here's a 1-1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit.
Batting eighth, the first baseman.
Man at first, Brandon Drury to the plate.
Drury.
Ball to strike. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Back-to-back singles. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And now Bader up to the plate. The 1-2. In the air out to center. Taveras settles under it. Calls it in, and there's one away.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Dansby.
Dansby Swanson stands in. He led off the bottom of the first with a single and then came in to score. Right-hander kicks, deals. Line drive, base hit. Muncy on his horse around third. He will score, and they lead by 3.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Ian Happ. He's 0 for 1. In the air, left side. Soto gets under it. 2 down.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Nico Horner.
So first and second with 2 outs. Now it's the second baseman, Nico Horner. He's already homered here in this one. And a base hit up the middle. Drury rounds third, headed for the plate. Just ahead of the throw, he scores. It's 5-1.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive in the center field.
So 2 down. Danny Jansen, the next Cub to hit. 0 for 1 so far. In for a strike. It's 2-2. Swanson at second. Corner on at first with 2 down. Shoots a line drive single into right center. Swanson around third. He scores. It's 6-1.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. John Gray won't go any further, and we'll be back with their first arm out of the pen after a quick break. Dane Dunning into the game.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. Tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
Anthony Santander, the next Cub to hit. He's 0 for 1. 2-1 now, 2 aboard. Right through there for a strike.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
And the pitch. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming.
Just trying to protect, keep the at-bat alive.
Two now. Stays alive. Corners are occupied with 2 down. Two on the way. Slow roller up the middle. Over to Lowe. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. We played 2 full. It's the Cubs 6 and the Rangers 1. Top half of the 3rd inning. Here's Elvis Andrus.
The second baseman, Elvis Andrus.
The wind of the pitch. Late that time, and it's strike 2. And the righty deals. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Muncy drifts towards it, and he makes the catch. And there's 1 away.
The batter, the center fielder, Leody Taveras.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Here's Leody Taveras. The 1-1. And there's the strike.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
Swung on, looped into center. Takes it in for the out.
Yeah, I'm looking at his body language, and he just doesn't seem like things are in sync. And the ball's just not coming off his bat the way it did earlier in the regular season.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. Doubled in his first AB. Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He is the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Happ heads towards it. Hauls it in after a long run. And that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Rangers. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. Set for the bottom of the third. Now it's the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
The right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
Next offering misses. 2-1.
You know, these Cubs really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. They jumped all over the starter and knocked him out of the game early. He just was never able to settle in, and the damage was done by the time he got the hook.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, lowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Kicks and deals. And that's in for a strike. Next pitch is outside. One down, base is empty. And there's ball 4.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
Brandon Drury, the next Cub to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. The pitch. On the ground, could be 2. Arroyo tossed to second, and it's a double play to end the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. 3 innings complete. It's the Cubs 6 and the Rangers 1. And welcome back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, Juan Soto. On the ground, right side. Whips it to first. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Corey.
Seager stands in now. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. That's out number 2.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Some high cheese for strike 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Rangers. They trail it 6-1. Bottom 4. So up now for Chicago, Harrison Bader.
The center fielder, Harrison Bader.
2-1 now. On the ground to short. Seager fires over to first, and 1 gone in the 4th as they get the leadoff man.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Back to the top of the lineup, Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Taveras makes the grab for the second out.
The left fielder, number 8, Ian.
Here's the left fielder, Ian Happ. Good contact guy, good defender. Cubs made Ian Happ a first-round pick in 2015. He played at the University of Cincinnati as an infielder. Played a little bit of outfield, but a guy in 2022. What a year, Chris. Both an all-star and a Gold Glover. The Y to kick the pitch. That's to third. Fires across the diamond, and that is the inning. Nothing happening there for the Cubs. They still lead it, though, 6-1. Back here at Wrigley Field, and now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia.
Adolis Garcia.
The count 2-1. And there's the strike.
Well, these Rangers being a little too patient at the plate in this game. They found themselves behind in the count quite a bit. They're trying to be patient, but it's mostly resulting in outs, not base runners. And you could argue it's making things more difficult at the plate.
Here's Christian Arroyo. Grounded out his first time. And a pitch. On the ground to third. Muncy sends it to first. And the first two set down at the top of the fifth.
The catcher, number 28, Jonah Heim.
Jonah Heim digs in now. Grounded out his first time up. One-two now. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Here at Wrigley Field, bottom of the inning. Here's Nico Hoerner.
The second baseman, Nico Hoerner.
The 2-1. And downstairs.
You know, these Cubs putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Short hop liner handled it short to first. One up, one down.
Now batting, catcher, Danny Jansen.
Danny Jansen to hit here. 1 for 2. Two. Bounced out to short. Seager gets it to first. Home man for the fifth inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front, rolled over it, put it on the ground.
2 outs, base is empty. And next is the designated hitter, Anthony Santander. Swing and a miss. Now 1-2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And it gets down for a base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going. Now it's Hunter Renfroe. He's already homered in this game.
Hunter Renfroe.
That one hammered center field. That's back there. Hits the fence. Seager with a relay home. Tag, safe at home. It's 7-1.
Picks himself up an RBI. He hit the ball so well right there, and I really thought it was going to carry out of here, but that's definitely the big part of the yard, and you just really have to get a hold of one to drive it out in that part of the ballpark. But you can't be mad about driving one off the wall.
Here comes Max Muncy. The 1-2. And that one hammered Garcia. Going back some more, and it hits the fence. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. And they're pulling away up by 7 now.
That's 2 consecutive extra base hits for these guys. Didn't try to do too much with it. Just a really controlled, simple swing. We don't see a whole lot of that these days with guys trying to launch and hit home runs. But sometimes you got to shorten up just like that.
So digging in, Brandon Drury. 2-1 now. And now 2-2. Muncy at second with 2 down. To third. Arroyo whips it to first. Inning over. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We're through 5. It's the Cubs 8 and the Rangers 1. Welcome back. And now here is Elvis Andrus.
Elvis.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Tosses to first. Now 1 gone in the top of the 6th.
Leody Taveras.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Leody Taveras. The 1-2. Got him swinging.
I'm not sure that was the exact location the pitcher wanted, but it worked. He got the swing and miss, and I'm sure a bit of sigh of relief after seeing that one go through the zone.
Nathaniel Lowe up to hit. In the air, left field. Happ makes the catch, inning over. Offense held in check there. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Cubs 8 and the Rangers 1. Back here at the friendly confines. And now the center fielder, Harrison Bader. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Throw not nearly in time. He's saved.
Protecting with strikes on him and putting the ball in play speaks to cutting down the strikeouts, shortening up with 2 strikes.
Dansby Swanson now at the plate. And a 3-2. Grounder might be 2. Fires to second for 1. On to first, double play.
Now batting, the left fielder, Ian.
Now the number 2 hitter, Ian Happ.
Happ, a switch hitter, it can be challenging for guys at the big league level to maintain a good swing from both sides of the plate. Clearly, he's got more pop from the left side, but in 2022, the right side was respectable as well.
Line drive, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
And next for the Cubs, Nico Horner. 1-1 now. On the ground, out to short. They take the force out, third out. Cubs leave 1, and it remains an 8-1 game. Top of inning number 7, leading off Juan Soto. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. And down on strikes he goes, and there's 1 down.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed.
Brandon Woodruff won't go any further. Great effort out of him as he exits in line for the win. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we get back. So they turn things over to the righty, Adbert Alzolay.
Well, he hasn't pitched in a while, coming on here after 5 days rest, so he should be rested, but we'll see if he has any rust to shake off.
At the belt and fires. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. The pitch. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Crushed to right, and that one's going to leave the park. Out of here. Home run. Corey Seager leaves the yard. Third home run of the season. It's 8-2.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Here's Alex Verdugo. And the right-hander deals. And that one is lifted in the air. And he makes the grab. That's out number 2.
Up next for the Rangers, the right fielder, Adolis.
So next to hit for Texas, Adolis Garcia. The 3-1. And he walked him.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Now Christian Arroyo. Garcia leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Here's a 1-2. Fights it off. You'll see another. That one misses, and that's ball 2.
It's a good take.
The pitch. That's smashed towards center. He dives, but he can't make the catch. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Gotta love the resiliency he showed in that at bat, battling with 2 strikes. Good extension on that swing. Took the pitch on the outside part of the plate and drove it up the middle. He let it travel just enough.
And the batter now. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Muncy brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 scores in the inning coming on this solo home run. And this is now an 8-2 ball game. You're dialed into the show. Here's a new pitcher from the pen, Glenn Otto.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Now the Cubs 4-hole hitter, Danny Jansen. Right-handed reliever. And that one lifted in the air center field. Taveras going after it. Flashes the leather on the running catch. 1 down.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Anthony.
Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Anthony Santander. 1 for 3. And he deals. Up the middle. Over to Lowe. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the right fielder, Hunter Renfroe. And a pitch. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Here's Max Muncy, that funky Muncy.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
That misses the zone. 2 balls and a strike. And that's in for a strike. The 2-2. Hot shot to first base, and he snags it to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We look ahead to inning number 8. It's the Cubs 8 and the Rangers 2.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
That one misses, so a leadoff walk.
Looked like a questionable call in that spot. He even seemed a little surprised it went his way at the plate, but as a hitter, you'll take that all day.
So up next, Leody Taveras.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2. Well, they didn't get the call on the mound the pitch before. Felt like he should have had him looking, I think. But, you know, that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Three-2 now. Flying drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. They get it in quickly, so first and second now, 1 out.
Another multi-hit game for him. He's been really hot lately. Absolutely smoked that baseball. What a swing. Sent it out way faster than it came in, of course. 113 off the bat, and no matter where you hit it at that speed, it's tough to make a play on.
So now 1-2. Left-hand batter waits. Fly ball pretty well struck right field. Renfroe going back on this one. And it finds the basket and gone. Juan Soto goes deep. His 7th home run of the season. And they get a few back. It's 8-5. They needed that one, Singy.
Indeed they did. They've been fighting to get back into this game. And just like that, they're back in it. Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game. Well, he's the guy they hope to turn to out of the pen to lock down wins. So this game has gone to plan more or less. Let's see if he can wrap it up here.
And that one fouled off. One, 2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. One and 2 here. On the ground right side. Tosses to first. And Seager is set down.
The batter, number 99, designated hitter, Alex Verdugo.
Next up for Texas, Alex Verdugo.
Well, it's critical right here that they bear down and turn in some quality at bats. Try to chip away at that lead, because if it gets to the 9th, that closer's coming in.
Makes a nice grab and a full sprint. And that will end the inning. But not before they're able to draw closer with this blast. It's now an 8-5 ball game. This is Cubs baseball on the show, Chicago. Bottom of the 8th. So up now for Chicago, Brandon Drury.
The first baseman, Brandon Drury.
Righty delivers. That's in there. It's 2-2. The pitch. Out to short. It's in and out of his glove.
Looked to me like he kind of let the ball play him instead of playing the ball, and it just ate him off. The hands get stiff, and even the best infielders make these kinds of mistakes. You just have to learn from it and move on.
Man at first, Harrison Bader, the next to hit. The 2-1. Into center and a base hit. Lead runner holds up. They're at first and second with nobody out.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Dansby Swanson, the next Cub to hit. The 1-1. And a foul ball. Hit hard. That gets through. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded. Nobody out.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Ian Happ, the next Cub to hit.
Well, he's so good about trying to drive the ball to the opposite field gap in these situations. If he takes that approach, he could bust this game wide open.
Up the middle. That's a base hit. Run scores. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play. It's now 10-5.
That's 3 singles in a row. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch. Just shot it through the infield.
Jonathan Hernandez comes on now. This guy can bring it velocity-wise. And up next for Chicago, Nico Horner. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Here's a 1-1. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
Hey, they played the matchup right there, worked out perfectly. Got the ground ball double play, and that changes the complexion of this inning entirely.
Danny Jansen, the next Cub to hit. The 1-1. Swing and a miss.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Lined, and that's a base hit. In comes the runner from third. It's 11-5.
Comes through with the RBI. Pitch was on the outside, didn't go the other way with it, but still a nice job of using the big part of the field to find a hole. No way he hits it that well if he hooks around the baseball there.
Anthony Santander, the next Cub to hit. Here's a 1-1. Swing and a ball popped up. Seager puts the squeeze on that one, and that's the third out. 3 runs, 4 hits, an error, and a runner left. Through 8 full, it's the Cubs 11 and the Rangers 5. Back here at Wrigley Field, we go to the 9th, and now the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. That one lifted to left. Happ moving under it. Makes the catch. And there's one away.
Up next for the Rangers, the third baseman.
On the north side of Chicago, John Sciambi and Chris Singleton. Here's the third baseman, Christian Arroyo. The 2-1. Now one missed.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
And the right-hander's 3-1. And that's in for a strike.
3-1 count, saying to himself, I've got to get a fastball here. Just spins a get-me-over breaking ball to bring the count full.
Swing and a ground ball out to short. Fires over to first. And they're down to their last out.
The catcher, number 28, Jonah Heim.
So they're down to their final out. Jonah Heim stepping in for the Rangers. He's built his reputation as one of the top framers in the sport. Is just 1 strike away. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Bader should have it. He's got it. Ball game. And the Cubs take this one in a blowout.
Well, a real nice performance out of the pen. This guy is not the one who usually gets the final out, but extended his role a little bit and helped his team get the win. He got the save. Nice job.
11-5, your final score. The Cubs go home a winner. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Sciambi saying so long.